So I'm sitting here, right, reading a comic book, trying to find something worth talking about for this episode of this shitty YouTube channel. I was reading this comic and I was like, this is fine, this is okay. It's not worth talking about, however. And I sat there curious as to what I was going to do for this video after what was quite possibly my magnum opus in my last video, knocking over comic books. And so I sat here looking around my room, really pondering what I could make that could even remotely compete with such brilliance that was my last video, knocking over comic books, until I finally came across a Picasso painting that I have. It's from well before the time of Spider-Man, but as you can see, quite brilliant indeed. Now, you might be wondering, right? Picasso's initials are not HRB. And if Picasso's initials aren't HRB, what was he really trying to get at? Was he trying to name Spider-Man perhaps ahead of time? How did he even know that Spider-Man would go on to be a photographer? How did he know that Spider-Man would get bit by a spider? How did he know all of this ahead of time? Now, we all know that Picasso was a brilliant man and therefore, probably was ahead of his time to a good degree, but how was he this far ahead of his time? And that's the real question here. We can see he's got the eyes going here in a very, very, very Spider-Man, very good. And exactly what you'd expect from Spider-Man, I would say. It's got the curvature, just a slight curvature on the eyes. It looks like Spider-Man is in a bit of a serious mood here. As we all know, Spider-Man's eyes can change, so depending on his expression underneath the mask. So then you also have to wonder, Picasso, did you have 6 initials? Because what is this? What is JMJ? Did he perhaps Mary Jane's name is, Jonathan Mary Jane? It's hard to say. It's quite difficult to say. So then, but let's just say that it is, I don't know, Janet Michael Jackson or whatever the fuck her name is, Mary Jane. Then what is HRB? Could it perhaps be, I don't even know. Happy responsibility birthday? Happy have responsibilities, bitch? Again, hard to say, but I think it's worth mentioning the colors here on this Picasso. Incredible. Like, it really draws your attention. The red really speaks to you. And then the shadowing here that we have on the mask as well is just brilliant. It's just magnificent, really. And then perhaps my favorite part of the painting, really, we have to go with this hockey stick, right? Like, what's going on with this hockey stick? What is it doing there? Was Spider-Man perhaps a hockey player in his initial rendition? And then where does Stan Lee get off? Him and that fucking cocksucker, who the fuck? Hold on. It wasn't Ramito. What was the other guy's name? What was his name? Oh my god. What's that guy's name? Oh well. The other one. The guy who made Spider-Man with him. Well, I guess it was Jack Kirby that made the first. But, I don't know. Who cares? Whoever made Spider-Man with Stan Lee. Where do they get off? Stealing such a brilliant idea from Picasso. It's thievery. It's tantamount to thievery, and quite frankly, I will not stand for it any longer. Stan Lee, while you're on your deathbed, I'm gonna need you to finally admit that you stole your idea from Picasso here. Obviously, Jack Kirby can't do that, and whoever was the other guy, it wasn't John. What was that guy's name? Hold on, it's coming back to me. It's like, it starts with a W, or it has a W in it. I want to say Steve Wilkos, but that's the guy on like a daytime TV show. No, what's this guy's name? Steve Ditko. There it is. Okay, word association. Steve Ditko. Where do you guys get off stealing such a brilliant idea? Anyway, overall, this Picasso painting, I'd give it at least a solid 9.5 out of 10. It's one of Picasso's greatest works, and quite frankly, very well ahead of its time. I don't know how he managed to create such an incredibly fine art piece. But you know, it is Picasso, so it's understandable and not out of the realm of possibility. So let me know what you guys would rate this painting on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know if you guys would like to purchase it. I would be willing to sell this for $1 million, perhaps 2. Any offers below that, you will be blocked. I will not take joke offers. This is a real Picasso painting and cannot be treated as anything but that. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, and I'm sure at some point I will go back to making videos about comic books that are even remotely serious. But I just really don't have anything to talk about right now, and therefore we're going to keep talking about paintings. We're going to be talking about, you know, me knocking over my comic books while there's a prostitute in my bed coughing. But more importantly, there's going to be a video every Wednesday and every Saturday, because I said there's going to be a video every Wednesday and Saturday, and until I just really fucking hate this YouTube channel, that's not going to change. So thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to, you can watch my podcast over here on the right. You can also watch one of the other videos I've made over here. It's the left. I don't know why I always say the right, for fuck's sake. You guys know what I mean. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.